Hello and welcome to A Mortician's Tale. I bought this game out of a huge bundle for racial justice and equality that was available to purchase. And I don't think it's going to be available by the time that this gets uploaded because of the upload schedule that I have going on. But they might have a newer one up by then. At least that's what I was reading on their site. But anyway, it was a collection of like 700 and some odd games, and I was like, well, okay, sure, I'll get that. And obviously it's for a really great cause. So, this is A Mortician's Tale. It's something that, like, it sort of... I was looking through the games, and like, this one looks interesting. I'll give this one a try. And my cat is here, and she wants some attention. What do you want? Yeah? What do you want? So anyway, let's get started. September 14th, 10:15 a.m. Ah, I like this art style. It's a bit simplistic, but like it's clean cut looking, which I kind of like. From Matthew Jeffrey to Charlie. Hello and welcome to our new funeral director. Welcome, Charlie. Nice to meet you. My name is Matthew, and I'm mainly going to be the man who delivers the bodies to you and helps with some of the more heavy lifting. Ever hear the joke about a hearse driver? I'll tell it to you when I come by in a bit. Looking forward to working together. I think you'll enjoy working here. Amy's a sweetheart, but she runs a tight ship. Nothing you can't handle, I'm sure. She wouldn't have hired you otherwise. Cheers and good luck. Matthew J., Funeral Director, Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. From Amy Rose to Rose Daughter's Staff. Hello everyone, I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce a new funeral director, Charlotte, or Charlie, as she told me she likes to be referred to. Charlie is a recent graduate who came highly recommended and is eager to begin her career here with us at Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Please take the time to make Charlie feel at home within our little family. We have a nice catered lunch this afternoon so we can all get to know each other a little better as well. Sincerely, Amy Rose, founder and director, Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Well, you're new here, so it's probably best to explain where everything is. In your office preparation room, you'll find your cremation station, a cremulator station, embalming station, and obviously since you're reading this email, your desk and computer area. I know you have experience working with these stations, but please let me know if you have any questions. I don't have any experience. From Jen Love to Charlie. I guess my subject lines... Oh, good luck, beautiful and smart baby. I guess my subject lines to you should start being more professional now that we are business professionals. I can't wait to get your replies so I can see your fancy new email signature. I love that you're able to land this gig straight after graduating. It sounds super cool. I didn't even know mom and pop funeral homes were a thing until now. I guess it's just not something I really think that much about. I should look more into this, learn more about your world and industry, because as I said, you're now a very serious professional. Speaking of being a professional, my museum gig is amazing. I can't believe somebody paid me to move to London, and not London on, and not London ON, serial killer capital of Canada, to work in a museum. Like, take that, everyone who said I couldn't get a job with an art history degree. I'll tell you more about it when we Skype. My stories require you to see my face, and that you hear my excellent British accent impersonation. Also, I send you up for Funeral's monthly newsletter. Consider it your graduation gift. I love you, I'm super proud of you gift. Love you, love you, love you, Jen L., Museum Creator, London Pathology Museum. From Amy Rose, today's tasks. Hope you settled in okay so far. Matthew should have dropped off your first body for you to work on. He said you were really friendly, and he's glad to have someone young and lively to work with. You'll get used to his sense of humor. Your first party is Miss Garcia, an elderly woman who died suddenly of a heart attack. The family has asked for a closed casket funeral, so no embalming or body preparation is necessary. The family seemed a little bit more united than previous families we've dealt with. Strange how grief affects people differently. Perhaps having more time to say goodbye makes things a bit easier, if that's possible. That being said, although you will not be embalming Miss Garcia, I do think it's important to take time to clean her body. No one is going to see her body, but I like to encourage my funeral directors to do this out of respect for the deceased and their loved ones. You'll find Miss Garcia in the prep room. Okay. To subscriber from Funerals Monthly. Thank you for subscribing. Each month we will bring you a new newsletter featuring a topic pertaining to death industry. This month is all about good etiquette for attending a funeral. I really can't believe I have to write this one out, but since we'll answer your most popular questions, here we are. Because this is definitely one of the most popular questions. Funerals are a hard time, and we understand that. But here are some quick and easy rules to remember for being respectful at a funeral. Generally, following the guidelines of don't be a jerk should work. Don't be on your cell phone. We understand you're busy, but this is a time and place to disengage. If you have to be on your cell phone, don't do it inside the funeral home. Don't be loud and obnoxious. You can share happy stories, but other people are also grieving and working through their own healing process. Being quiet gives other people space they might need. Don't get drunk. Everyone can deal with their feelings in their own ways. Just remember to be respectful with the grieving family and friends. Happily reminisce. Sometimes remembering happy moments and positive experiences with a deceased can be a productive part of the healing process. Give condolences. It's not easy knowing what to say to someone, but even a simple "I'm thinking of you" can go a long way. Dress appropriately. What this looks like will change based on the customs of the deceased and their culture, but always dress in a way that shows respect to the deceased and the grieving family. Give a gift or sign the registration book. This can be flowers or a nice card, but it's the thought that counts here. Sometimes this can just be cooking dinner for the grieving family. Anything that shows you care and want to help them through the healing process is what matters here. Be kind and helpful. Okay, so no embalming is necessary, but we have to clean her. And it's a closed casket, so... Okay. So we have to clean her. How do we... Prep room, well, you will prepare bodies for burials and viewings. Okay. Because the family's requested a closed casket ceremony with no embalming, you're just going to clean the body. Okay. Click on the sponge and drag it over the body to clean it. Sponge. That's it, you're done. Miss Garcia will be sent to Mike, who will take care of the dressing and putting her in the casket. It's time to go to Miss Garcia's funeral. You are responsible for taking care of the deceased body, but it is also important to pay your respects to their loved ones. Follow the arrow to head to the funeral parlor. Okay. Oh, my room is right out there. Okay. Guess I talked to people. Yeah, I heard the family specifically said no embalming. I thought it was mandatory, like required by law, but I guess not. Embalming weirds me out. Do those chemicals leach into the ground? Seems strange to be using chemical that's known to cause cancer and putting it into the ground like that. Or into the sewer. That's what they must do with the leftover formaldehyde, right? Just pour it down the drain? At least embalming guarantees you won't be buried alive. Hey, stop it. Don't make me laugh right now. There's a little kid here. Mommy, I'm hungry. When can we go? I hate wearing those pantyhose. My legs are so itchy, but it's always so cold in these funeral homes. I think I might actually miss those sweaters she used to knit for me now. Who are you? She would have hated these paintings. She was so particular. Yeah, at least she doesn't have to see them, I guess. Yeah, I guess. We usually don't small talk a lot of these things. At least that's what I was always taught. Okay. I guess that's it. October 11th, 10:09 a.m. Okay, More bloops. Oh, she's got tattoos. From Jennifer Valentine. I am so frustrated right now. Okay, so let me explain this in a bit more detail. A colleague and I were discussing the tight lacer's liver specimen that we have here at the museum. It's from a woman who died in 1907, and the liver is tapered inwards from what the doctor leading the autopsy believed was too tight lacing on her corset. It's fascinating because it's kind of a controversial topic. Tight lacing was super popular, and while people associated it with fainting or hysteria, it's actually been associated with visceraptosis, which is when the organs fall to the lower part of the abdomen, right? Which is super unsettling, but can also be caused by being pregnant, so... TLDR, of course, this probably messed up some bones, but likely didn't do this kind of internal organ damage, and I'm tired of condensation about my wardrobe that also implies I don't know what I'm doing. These are the kinds of things I specifically research, and I'm treating like I know nothing about. I'm having a day, Charlie. Can I rant for just a second? I'm tired of hearing strangers, colleagues, anybody cough, male colleagues cough, get on my case for wearing corsets. I wear them under my blazer and over a nice blouse, so it's not like I'm dressing inappropriately, even though dress codes here are a sexist BS anyways. And like, I hate how their misogyny gets veiled in foul concern. So I'm worried you're damaging your body. You know what corsets do to livers, right? Corsets don't do anything to livers. They're definitely not hurting me as much as your condensation is hurting my head. Sorry, I'm out of sorts right now. I'll send you another email in a little bit when I've cooled off a bit. Okay, next job. Here are the instructions for your next body. You did a remarkable job on the first one. The family was very happy with you. No small feat, of course. Pleasing a grieving family isn't exactly the most comfortable of jobs. Your next job is a man named Dr. Duval. An elderly man died of old age. Nothing fancy, just a standard funeral with embalming. You can reach out to his daughter Lizzie Duval if you have any questions. She's handling her father's passing as well as can be expected. As always, don't hesitate to ask me questions. P.S. Charlie dear, remember to wear proper embalming gear. Formaldehyde is extremely dangerous. I know I don't need to tell you, but my maternal instincts are hard to ignore. I promise I won't mother you too much. Well, just ask, just a little. Ask Matthew, he knows. From Amy Rose to Charlie. Just passing the message along. Thank you for the hard work, Charlie. From Mia Garcia to Amy Rose. Hi, Amy. Please pass along your deepest thanks to you and your staff for the wonderful job they did with our mother's funeral. It was really lovely. Our family so rarely gets together. It was nice seeing everyone come out for such a beautiful service. My son never gets to see his family. Also, it was incredibly kind of you to let us bring our own food in. Getting to share home-cooked meals, sharing stories, being there together, it meant a lot. So what I'm saying is it was nice for everyone to be there like that, together in that way, and I know how much of that was due to the work of your staff, especially your funeral director. Thank you for making this difficult time easier for all of us. Best, Mia. From Matthew Jeffrey, story about death. Hey there, Charlie. I was driving around the other day, taking our clients on their last trip around town, and I was thinking, strange I know, did I ever tell you the first time I went to a funeral? I was a teenager about to start university, and a friend of mine was killed in a car accident. Totally out of the blue. Really tragic stuff. Messed me and my friends up real good. But, so, the big day, we all got into our best suits and dresses and packed ourselves into the few cars. There were a lot of us, so we had at least 3 different cars full of us, like clown cars, While we were in the procession going to the cemetery, somebody in our car got a phone call from a friend in a different car. Turns out some asshat driver who doesn't know not to get in the way in procession drove through the intersection and smashed straight into our friend's car. Nobody was hurt, thank God, but can you imagine getting that call? Anyway, one of my friends in the same car as me, the one who got the phone call, hung up and started laughing. Just laughing her ass off in the way that makes you not sure if they're really crying or if they've gone fully off the deep end. And she laughed and then we all started giggling because, figure, life is messed up sometimes, There's no moral, no point to the story, I guess. I just remembered that story and wanted to tell you. Because we work with death all the time and I sometimes get caught off guard by what that actually means. Oh, before you get any ideas, that has nothing to do with why I became a funeral director. That decision came totally later and is nothing unremarkable. Somebody has to do it and I have a strong stomach, so why not? See you in a bit, Charlie. From Funerals Monthly. What to wear when you're attending a funeral from a different culture. We all know everyone wants to be respectful at funerals. Don't talk too loudly, be kind, smile, and refrain from making inappropriate jokes. At least around the grieving family. Hey, sometimes people do need a little bit of a pick-me-up during such hard times. Who are we to judge? And part of of that is knowing what to wear. Roman Catholic funerals tend to lean more towards the formal black attire rule, and it works for us. Did you know that goes back to the days of the Roman Empire, where people would wear black as a symbol of mourning? Black isn't universally the symbol for mourning, though. And if you're attending a funeral that is from a culture that is not your own, it's important to understand this. Some colors have different meanings, and despite your best intentions, the wrong choice could mean accidental offense. For example, in Hinduism and Chinese cultures, white is a typical color for funerals. For Islam, though, it is less about the color you're wearing and more about how modestly you are dressed. Refrain from wearing any elaborate jewelry and be respectful of your behavior. For Sikh funerals, color of the clothing isn't as important as is dressing modestly and being able to appropriately sit cross-legged. Actually, being respectful is just the #1 rule for any funeral, no matter what, really. Remember that, and please don't hesitate to ask what it is and isn't appropriate to wear. If you are attending to support a friend, family member, or partner, this day is not about you, so be sure to do whatever you can to be as respectful and supportive as possible. Even if that means not wearing what you're used to wearing at a funeral. Or even if it just means asking how can you appropriately show your respects. Okay. You can reach out to his daughter, Lizzie Duval, if you have any questions. Okay. Can I... Oh. Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home. Here at Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home, we're committed to providing loved ones with the best and most affordable funeral services in the area. And then that's their stuff. Opening casket, closed casket, cremation and ceremony and reception. Direct cremation with no ceremony or reception. Huh. Rose and Daughter's Funeral Home was founded by my grandparents back in 1956. The Rose family has proudly served the area since then, providing personal, affordable funeral services for all. I'm proud to have carried on my family's business for the past 36 years, working with the best and brightest funeral directors and grief counselors out there. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you've recently experienced a loss and would like us to help you through this hard time. Okay. I'll get right on it. Okay. So I am wearing appropriate attire, I assume. So this is classic embalming. And I don't know how to reach out to the daughter. Traditional burials typically require embalming, which preserves the body and prevents it from decomposing as quickly. Unless the family requests otherwise, all traditional burials will use embalming. Let's start by cleaning the body. Click on the sponge and do the things I did before. Oh, click on a razor and drag it over the body to shave it. Okay. So, about like the hair that's on this guy's body. When a body dies, it kind of like loses some of the water that was in the skin, which causes the skin to sort of shrivel up. And when it shrivels up, that causes the, it looks like hair is growing out of them, but it really isn't. And it's actually kind of why people used to believe in, like, vampires and such. Because, oh, they're growing hair, In order to break rigor mortis, you have to massage the body. Click and drag over the body to massage it. I see. The eyeballs deflate once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag on an eye cap into each eye socket to give it shape. Eye cap. Tubing, lotion, scalpel, cannula, needle, eye caps. To keep the eyes shut, you'll need to glue them. Click and drag the glue onto each eye to shut it. Glue. The mouth sags and hollows once the body starts decomposing. Click and drag a cotton ball into the mouth to give it shape. Oh, and now we have to use the needle. Click and drag lotion over the body to moisturize it. This prevents the skin from drying out. Okay. Embalming involves removing blood and replacing it with preserving chemicals. Click and drag the scalpel over the neck to make an incision. We need a tube for draining the blood. Click on the tube and drag it into the neck incision. Okay. Click on the cannula and drag it to the carotid artery. Cannula. This is how you get preserving chemicals into the bloodstream. Next, you'll need to connect the embalming machine to the cannula. Grab some additional tubing and drag it to the cannula. Okay. Click on the button to turn it on. In order to evenly distribute the chemicals, you have to massage them through the body. Okay. Okay. Great, now let's sew up that incision. Click and drag the needle and thread over the incision and close it up. Okay. All of a sudden, you need to drain the organs of any remaining fluids. Click on the trocar and hold on to the abdomen until the liquid has been drained. Trocar. What is the trocar? This is the trocar? This is the trocar. Okay. Oh, you're done. Mike will take care of Mr. Duval's makeup as well as dressing and putting him in his casket. Time to attend the funeral. Well, they said I could reach out to the family, but I never received any sort of email or ability to do that, as far as I can tell. Came out of nowhere, I mean, it always sort of does, doesn't it? Yeah, one minute you're laughing, having fun, the next poof, that person is gone. Just like, gone. Yeah, it's weird to think about it for too long, like staring at the sun. I start to feel fuzzy when I think about it. So weird how our bodies just stop working like that. Yeah. So strange not seeing most people wearing white. White? Yeah, I think it's different from different family members. I can't remember I haven't gone to many traditional funerals, so mostly white, but like definitely not red no matter what. He's always wanted to take his grandkids to the park and play catch. He loved playing catch. He threw a mean curveball, that's for sure. Humming to himself. I guess that's it.